Hola, mujer.
Hola, mujer. So long not seeing you, huh?
Just 2 weeks.
Miserable, very long.
For me, yes,
Extremely
definitely.
lonely, 2 weeks. Yeah, how have you been?
Do you remember that time you said I never get tired? I have been proving you so wrong all the time the last 2 weeks. Just tired every day. I was like, she said, I don't get tired. I'm like, do I not now? Challenge accepted. And so, just tired all the time.
What happened from like outside world input, you think? The stars, the moon, bad luck?
I'm probably missing some good ions and crystals in my life.
Funny you said it. That's exactly what I wanted to suggest.
Maybe you could send me some from Europe. Oh, sorry. Yeah. UPS can't deliver that as well. Well.
Yeah, we tried that. I'm not ready for another hack.
I'll just wait for you. Oh, yeah. No more hacks ever since the last one? Okay,
No.
that's good.
Once my computer just turned off in the middle of me buying a flight ticket, actually.
Bad timing.
So I was like, okay, that's happening, like again.
Okay.
I left the room.
Yeah.
I was like, I gave up completely, left the room.
Are you sure it was not your battery just dying?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. No, it restarted and it's turned off. I already gave up. I was like, great, it's hacked forever. I will never, I will have to throw this computer away. Have to wipe it off, format the disk and everything. But
sometimes when they overheat, they do that.
You know what? I think it was actually the update.
Oh. Huh. Oh.
Yeah, because when I turned it on again, it started doing the update, a long one. So that's it probably. My computer was like, error, I could be better. And
okay.
Died.
Right.
Decided to die.
So, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm well. Of course, I've been tired as always, but that's old news. So I'm pretty used to that. I don't need crystals to prevent it anymore. I just have strength of my mind to deal with that. But I'm good, yeah. My workflow has decreased since we talked last time. The weather has increased amazingly. It's such a springtime. I have flowers here that hopefully will bloom soon. Look, I have flowers here that I picked up just before we started talking.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so cute. Today when you called me and I did not pick up, it was because I was chilling in the sun on the bench with a coffee in my hand, reading a book and just thinking, oh my God, spring is coming. That feels so good to be outside and not freezing. So yeah, it prevents me from doing work for sure. Today I was like, should I animate or should I drink coffee outside? One of the things that has been keeping me going is a book that I just finished today, Dune, second part.
So the book has 2 parts, like the movies?
No. The book has more parts.
Oh.
So the book has 6 parts.
Wow, okay.
But I read it so fast, I didn't even know what's the title of this one.
Wait,
actually,
you read the 6 parts already?
No, just the second.
Ah, okay. When did you read the first one?
Funny you should ask. So, okay, I will tell you a story of origin of me actually reading this book real quick.
All right.
My boyfriend has been a fan of Dune after seeing the movie, part 1. I also saw it, but I was like, no, it's a good movie. It's fine. It's okay. He read the book, and while he was reading the book, he was so into that. And he would, every time after reading, he would tell me what happened, and he would explain me this different complications that I didn't really understand because I wasn't that much in the world. And it's a huge world. There's different planets. It's the future, so it's very, very complicated. It's a science fiction, so they developed some complicated systems and it all has its reasons and its purpose and everything. So he was explaining it to me a lot and thoroughly and everything. I tried to actually listen to it, to an audiobook, but I didn't like the narrator, so I just stopped and I was like, nah, this book is boring, I don't need it. And then he was waiting really, really excitingly for the Dune 2 in the cinema. So we went, and this movie was amazing. I mean, I don't like the pace of this movie that much. This was, I think, the weakest point. Some parts also were not to my enjoyment, let's say, but I actually thought about you after this movie because it shows so perfectly the origins of religion and how religion serves a purpose, how it's a tool, like how difficult it is to say if it's created or if it's creating itself. Where after seeing the movie, I couldn't forget about the world. I came back home and I was all the time wanting, I don't know, watching video about it or asking my boyfriend a question, or like I just wanted to be immersed in that. And then he just had this book. He got it for Christmas. It was on a shelf because he was going to get there, and he's like you. He doesn't read 2 books at once. He has a list, he has an order, and he's currently reading a book about nuclear power of the world.
Nice.
So I was like, okay, can I read it then? And he wasn't very happy about me reading this, but I will tell you what, like if this book taught me something, it is mastering my skill of not giving spoilers. I think I will never be better than this. Of course, by facial expressions and by like gasping and sometimes blabbing out something like, oh, wait a minute, I have to see if this character is alive. And he's like, why wouldn't they be alive? But I lied my way out of it every time. And I really think I did a good job in not spoiling anything. But Jesus Christ, I'm so excited to finally talk to someone about this book. You have no idea. And the ending is like, it's like so surprising. I did not expect it at all. Among all the possible possibilities, this was the one that I never thought about. And it was repeated during the book all the time. So how could I not like understand that this was just literally what they meant? Sorry if that's a spoiler. Like, I'm not a super master, okay? I'm a master to my level. Great book.
Actually, about a month ago, I watched the first movie.
Oh, wow. I must have been speaking really a lot for you to not mention that in my big monologue.
No, I was just thinking the whole time, did I mention that to you or not? That I watched that film already. Yeah, it was maybe 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, something like that. Netflix just showed up on the homepage, and I was like, looks interesting.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I was like, looks interesting, and you watch it. So I watched it. And then I wanted to know what was going to happen next. So I Googled it. And then it said it's in the cinema. And I was like, the hell? Already? Like, I did not really expect that. And then, I saw like some people sharing things on Facebook after that. Like, it's such a show. And today you're talking about it. But like I had decided that I want to know what's going to happen next. But I did not really decide whether I was going to wait for it to be available somewhere on the internet or if I would actually go to the cinema. But like just watching the first film, it gave me the same impression I got when I watched the first Avatar, for example.
Avatar?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's basically the same old story of oppressors oppressing people and the oppressed rising to change the reality, succeeding or failing. It's an old story of things that keep happening around the world. Like, I can find it very relatable in conflicts that can be happening around us.
But who's the oppressor, in your opinion?
Well, I don't remember the name of these people from that planet who were going to that desert planet to take the spice. So they were not giving a damn about the aboriginals just consuming their resources, treating them like they're...
Do you think that the main character is the oppressor also? Because he came with his family for that also, no?
Yes, they were part of the regime, but they seemed to have, let's say, better intentions that in theory would be aligning with the benefits of the original. They wanted to work with them, but they did not really have a chance. So I'm not really talking about them. They got basically obliterated, like all of them in their entirety. Everybody just died except for the boy and his mom. So like they don't even count. They weighed up to nothing in the first film I watched. So yeah, it's just the story about a world going to a foreign land and basically colonizing it, killing the originals there, taking the resources. This story has happened for thousands of years and it's still happening today in our real life, you know? Somebody out there is killing people today, somewhere in the world, kicking them out of their land, just taking the resources, like. And yes, it was a desert planet and they were saying a lot of words in Arabic. And that also made it more relatable. I'm like, yeah, okay, my people. Yes, been suffering for so long. Yes, okay, Europeans going to our lands, taking over. Right. Yes, same old story. Just without the blue faces of Avatar, but still, like, to me, it's similar story. Of course, like, the science fiction behind it, the details are very different, but the main concept of, that's how I see it personally as an Egyptian. And maybe it's just what was happening really, or it could just be my cultural bias, you know?
Well, I don't know. It would really be interesting to see you like read the book, or I recommend you watching the second part, or I can spoil you everything after the podcast.
I'll watch it or read a book now. Books seem interesting.
Good. Book's good. Because what's fascinating for me is something that you mentioned you didn't notice, and maybe now I don't remember if I noticed it in the first movie or not, which is I don't see right and wrong there, really. Like, I see power, but I see everyone would take it if they could, and maybe everyone would take it to survive. And that's a really shitty situation. Like, they have the spice only on one planet in the universe, and so many people are like addicted. And also the spice makes, religions happen and all the species be who they are, blah, blah, blah. Like, so it is a lot like Avatar, as you say, even the newest one, actually, because they also like were taking something from, I don't know, whales or something like that.
Yeah.
There was something like this, yeah. But in Avatar, it was really good and evil. And here, at least me, I really see like a necessity, like a cruel adult. Either we all die or we do this.
Okay, in the first part, it was we take this because it will make us so rich. It was not about we take the spice to survive. It was about time travel, interdimensional travel, something travel. It was not, it enabled the machines in the universe that would enable them to travel faster than light or something. It was not about it was not about survivability. It was about wealth and control and power.
In Dune?
Yes, in the first film.
I doubt that. I really doubt that. Like,
other planets did not need the spice to survive. They need it for their space travel. Because it's the fuel of the portals or something. That's what I remember. Maybe the people on that planet itself, yes, they need their spice. That's a different story. But other people in the universe, they do not really need it for surviving, but they need it for convenience. That's what I understood.
It prolongs life, for example. It's not... I mean, I don't know. On this book, the first word of the first paragraph of the sum up of the whole series is: melange or spice is the most valuable and rarest element in the universe. A drug that does everything from increasing a person's lifespan to making interstellar travel possible.
Yes,
and
it was about interstellar travel, yeah.
On a single planet, the inhospitable desert world, Arrakis. So, at this moment of advancement, like, you have to have it or you die.
No, it's a matter of convenience. It's not a matter of necessity. Like,
It's not a matter of convenience.
You don't need to be doing interstellar travel, or you'd like to. So you could buy it or ask for it nicely. You don't need to ruin the
How
lives
you
of people.
don't have to do interstellar travel if you are living in a world in which people travel between planets? It's not Earth anymore. It's like gasoline nowadays, basically.
Yes, that's why some people would go invade a country that has a lot of oil because they need gasoline because their life depends on it, you know? But
No, they don't need that.
it's for their
But other
convenience
people
because
need
now
that. It's
planes
not
need it.
convenience, it's power.
Convenience. Yeah,
It's for
sure.
power. I think it's a power struggle. It's not convenience struggle at all.
No, because you made it sound like the life of everybody in the whole universe depended on it, but it did not. They were doing okay before it. But after it, life became better, became more convenient. Now we have better travel, better blah, blah, blah. So they wanted to keep that lifestyle.
I feel like it's water. Like for some reason, everyone wants it, and whoever has it has power.
Let's say before petrol and gasoline, were people living or not?
Yeah.
And after it, did their lifestyle change? Yes. Do we need it now because we need it to be breathing? No, it's actually ruining our air and polluting it.
Yeah, but it's a book about political power. It's not a book about living daily life of a sheep herder.
No, it's the same.
The main character is a ruler.
It's the same story. It's just the details are just looking different. But let's say, a projection of our reality onto a mirrored fictional one. But it's still like, you see this whole analogy.
For me, it's not about the planet at all. It's not even about like fighting for people. Like, it's not about people of this planet at all. For me, they are like not important. Like, they don't even matter that much. It's about it's a bit like about the royal family of England or something. It's about how things were written in the story and how it's actually real people, and how good and bad is dissolved and life stops to matter when it comes to destiny. That's for me what it is about. The main character is thrown into starting kind of this religion before he was even born. And he is aware all the time that he's a human, right? Like he knows it, and he's like, oh, these bollocks, blah, 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 blah. And then at some point he faces, maybe this is what it means to be a saint, to be a god. What does it mean? No one knows, and it's so interesting to see how religion is created for a purpose, for those people to have something to believe in, and to some extent how unimportant it is whether he is a god and if he's just playing the role that was planned for him. So it's fascinating, and I don't want to spoil, so I will not say more. But it's really fascinating to see that develop and to be in his mind and to see that it's just all so gray. Like, this movie and this book is the first ones in a long time that got me so much. I think because of how scaringly close it is to reality, which is there's no good and evil. All the people just want to kind of survive. Everyone wants something for themselves. And whenever you think that you achieved something or you did something, there is like 5 different species or characters wanting a bite for themselves. Like, there's reasons after reasons after reasons, and there is 1 gazillion of ways for the story to dissolve. That's just like current politics. Like, there is wars that will have no end, and all the planet and all the like, it's the background.
So we could both read the same thing, watch the same thing, and understand different things out of it.
Yeah, I imagine. Probably, yeah.
Have you watched the first one? I think you did, right? And the second one. And have you read the 2 books as well?
No, I just read this one, which is, it didn't happen in the movie yet. It's next.
I see.
I also, for the first time in a long time, I felt what you usually feel, which is like, I want to know what's happening next, I considered just Googling that, but then I read the book. The book is easy to read, so it's great.
Okay, I mean, sure, the part about religion is understandable. I would agree with you when it comes to this point, but I don't really find it significant.
No?
Not really. Like, yes, yeah, leaders come and go, and in some countries they're worshipped as gods. Their,
Yeah.
pictures are on the banknotes, and you can never
But
criticize them.
usually we see those figures as either evil or egoistic or narcissistic or something, and we rarely think, I mean, unless it's Dalai Lama or something like that, but we rarely think that these things just happen around them.
I thought the
think.
Dalai Lama was cancelled.
It was he? Did I miss that?
I know he was like making some boys suck his tongue or something at some point, and it was a little bit controversial.
Wow, I missed that totally.
Did you? For
I don't
real?
Yeah. Wait, do you have more info on that? Like,
I don't remember. I don't care. But like, you just Google it. I mean, he's still alive.
Oh my God.
But there was some like leaked video of him doing something with a boy that was seen as sexual-ish act.
Oh, he kissed him in the mouth.
Something of this sort.
But it's fine. He was just internet cancelled. That's it. I don't think he was cancelled for real.
No. Internet cancelled, yes. Not cancelled for real.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. It was, wow, time flies. It was 5 years ago, apparently.
No, it was not. It was like maybe...
No, 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Dalai Lama apologized after kissing a boy.
It was just fun. No, but maybe, for example, Mao from China is seen as egoistic by your people in Europe or Poland, but maybe for his people, he's a hero. Like Ho Chi Minh here is such a hero, Maybe for the Americans, he was the enemy. Like, so, no. Like Jesus for Christians is like, salvation and the Lord and Savior. For, I don't know, the Romans back in the day or the Jews back in the day, he was just like a hoax or something. So a hero for some people, somebody who started a religion, and I don't know, Buddha or whatever, Confucius, like all of these people did something at some point, and you touch it now in our reality. What was happening at their time? What did they really think of themselves? I'm sure none of them thought they were God or something. Like they probably just, wanted to make a change. Probably never imagined it would actually come to this after they're dead or even in their lives or something. But sometimes things get really trendy.
Yeah, maybe trendy is the word. Before
the world of hashtags, everybody's going everywhere just converting and I don't know, joining the war, the holy war.
Yeah. Anyway, still, it's fascinating for me to see the future, to know the past that laid you this path, and still having to take it for the better good, I imagine. Yeah, no, it really fascinated me, the religious way, which is further explored in the second part of the movie. So,
okay, I will watch the second part. I will give the book a read, inshallah, maybe after Sapiens, so by May, June, something. But I'm also curious about it. But like so far, first impressions, it's just projection of what the story of humankind, basically, how our politics work into a fictional world. That's how I see it. Like just the details are different. The world got like these worms, sandworms, and
disgusting.
Even the idea of sandworms. I've seen that in a movie before. Like somewhere.
Oh, wow.
But like it's cool. It's fine. Like Avatar. It's all the same old story. Like Europeans going to the Americas. The natives are just getting wiped out for the resources, for the land, for the gold.
I didn't see it like that. Like, and I don't think it's any close to main plot of the movie, man. They've been living there while having the spice taken for so long that I don't think it's the... But we'll see. For me, it's more about prophecies and seeing them unfold.
I don't remember the duration of which they were taking the spice, but it was not an eternity. It had a start, started at some point. Before that, the people had their planet to themselves and their spice to themselves and everything. It was theirs. And then they got invaded and occupied by foreigners.
Yeah, and the movie is not
who just
this
wanted
story.
that.
This happened before the movie.
And now they're trying to change the reality with the help of this Messiah, you
Yeah.
know, or hoping to
Yeah.
at least. But yeah, it's about the struggle for freedom, making change, changing that, let's say, depressing reality somehow. And yes, seeing hope in a leader that will take them out of it because of some superpowers he's got or something. I mean, he is the star of the movie, yet to me, I see the story of the people and I'm hoping he can help them. I don't know if he will. I'm hoping for it so. But yes, there were some prophecies that he's gonna like spread the holy war across the universe, is gonna destroy everything. Well, so maybe he will destroy everything because, I don't know, his believers will get too extreme, things will get out of control. Who knows? Like, it doesn't matter by the end of the day. Because even if that happened, then I'm like, okay, like, they had it coming.
I see. You always surprise me with your wide, harsh judgment, unexpected. I have another update that's considering books. Totally irrelevant, but around 2 weeks ago, I think, I got an email with an attachment with a weird name.
Again, no, don't open it.
Immediately, of course, my first thought, hack, don't click. But it was 6 of them or something, like someone sent them one by one. But I was so tempted, and the title of the email was book. I was like, damn it, I will just see it. And it was in this email that I was hacked from before. But I clicked it. Kill me, okay? I clicked it. And it occurred that it was a girl that read the book that I left in one of the hostels in Thailand when I was traveling there. And I read on the cover my thoughts about the book. And I wrote...
Oh, you wrote your thoughts there. And your email?
Yeah, and my email. And I was like, I'm open for conversation. Email me.
That's
and she
hilarious.
was like,
how long ago was that? 5 years? 4 years? 4 years?
I don't know. It's when we met.
More than that.
4 years, I imagine.
Yeah. So it's 2019.
And I was like so shocked. Yeah. And she sent me, I remember that I was in Suratani, but somewhere inland, I think. And she sent me pictures reading this book from the sea. And I was like, oh my God, like this book made such a huge way. And where are you?
But where is this sea again?
It occurred that this book traveled to Cambodia, to one of the islands they have.
Okay.
A different hostel and everything. And this book is in Polish, which makes the whole story more special. This book is about Vietnam, and I read it in Thailand to get ready, let's say, or to get in the mood for my Vietnamese trip.
Okay.
And this book looked like so ragged, so stainy, so dirty. I'm sure a lot of people read it.
Had lived a life.
Had lived a life. And she showed me, she said, oh, so many notes on margins. So great that you're doing this. And I was like, am I doing this? It's probably so many people read it and marked it. But wow, I used to be the person who leaves books and her email, I guess, for a bookworm conversation. Yeah. How crazy is that?
That's very interesting. Very random, but wow. Okay.
Yeah, so random.
Are you going to be best friends forever when she returns home? And
doubt that.
What's going to happen? Yeah?
Yeah, I just exchanged 2 emails and that's it. About the book strictly, actually. So I don't think we're going to be best buddies.
Speaking of books, I don't have any updates regarding books, but I have one little update regarding mangoes.
Oh, right. Mangoes. Fascinating. I was considering, should I buy a mango today because they're on sale?
Yeah.
I really didn't feel like one.
You should then.
And we have just one type of mangoes here in Europe. So
I was talking to my cousin the other day, the one I used to share the apartment with. And you remember at that time I was doing the mango reviews and trying a lot of mangoes and trying to find the best. And
sure, of course.
There was one type of mangoes that I really liked called Naomi, and it was big. It smelled really very aromatic.
Sweet.
It was sweet, but not too sweet. You could not get tired of it.
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing. And he tried it when I recommended it back then, and he had a bad one, and then he was convinced that Naomi mango is just bad. And I kept trying to tell him, you just had a bad one. It's great. And then anyway, he tells me that last summer he's eaten only Naomi mango. Nothing else.
Oh, wow.
He said he
Are you
was
jealous?
having it every day. No, I'm not jealous. During the mango season, he said it was everywhere in the market and it was cheap. So he tried it the first time and he was amazed. He said, it was just like you said. And I'm like, told you so. So he was like, yeah, like the ones that were too ripe were very bad. The ones that were not, just not very tasty. So he would get the ones that are semi-soft, that smelled very aromatic, and then it was always good. So I'm like, well, there you go, man. That's it. There's no such a thing as bad mango in general. One of them could be bad, but like we have the best mangoes, you know.
Yeah, I know that. That's true. A lot of bad things could be said about this place, but mangoes, I even feel the smell now that you mentioned it.
Oh, a travel friend is actually now in Egypt. Like we met first week, the second week I was traveling back in 2015. He's from New Zealand and yeah, he's finally visiting Egypt and he sent me some updates, photos of food and desserts and the museum stuff, streets. He seems to be having a good time. I'm gonna, stay in touch and see. He's probably not as sensitive as you are, so he will probably have a different experience. I'm gonna stay in touch with him, and I will see how much he liked it, how much he
It's
hated
different
it.
visiting and living, it's different.
Yeah.
I really liked it the first time
Yeah,
I visited just for 2 weeks.
I know.
So,
But he's visiting now in Ramadan, so yeah, I'm sure he's not also having like the full food experience, also vibe experience. But Ramadan vibe is special, so it's probably good in a different way.
maybe in the evening he has the full food experience,
the full feast.
Inshallah.
Yeah, there'll be something.
I feel so bad. I forgot to tell you Ramadan Mubarak.
Shukran, Habibti.
Are you feeling any special? Are you having your family in thoughts more than usual?
I celebrated the arrival of Ramadan by purchasing some dried figs. We always have dried fruits like dates. Finished the figs already, so I'm going to continue celebrating maybe this weekend by getting some apricots. So Ramadan is about fasting, but it's also as much about eating.
Yeah, it's all about the contrast and the balance, isn't it? Yeah, my boyfriend was shocked.
Yeah.
He has a Turkish coworker, Turkish boss, actually. And he's fasting. So my boyfriend never met a person celebrating Ramadan before. And he was texting me so surprised. Oh my God, do you know he has to wait so long? They actually eat a lot? Oh my God, he didn't sleep half of a night. And I'm like, yeah, what did you expect? And, and of course, quickly followed by questions. Do people in North Pole eat all the time because the sun is never there? Ha ha ha. And I was like, yeah, technically.
Yeah.
Technically, yes.
That's a tough one. If I wear them, I would just fast half the day anyway.
Yeah.
You gotta make a choice.
When is it ending? When is the big feast?
In April, maybe the 9th of April. But, it's going to be, or the 10th, different dates for different countries, different hemispheres, different times, moon showing up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, for some countries, it's going to be the 9th. For others, it's going to be the 10th of April. Yeah, soon. I was thinking about, reading a little bit about religion again. But, maybe next year.
Well, just read the Dune.
Well, 6 books, that's going to take a lifetime,
Nah, I think I will probably stop on 3. They cannot all be good, Do you like science fiction, actually?
Yeah, I do, actually. I used to love it.
What did you read of this kind or watch?
I used to really like science and reading on science, fiction and non. But your interests change and somehow you forget about things that used to matter. But I would definitely, add it to the list, basically.
You know what I also realized? I was so into this book. For the first time in a long time, the book was my escape.
Yeah.
whether I felt bad or good or I was busy or not, I was just always having a refuge in this book. Like it was always interesting. And I also realized that it's been years actually since I read fiction and plot. Like I've been reading so much nonfiction recently, or if it was something more of a story, then it was like autobiography.
I'm getting excited for Dune now, but it has to wait.
I'm excited
So
too.
I have to finish This Is Gonna Hurt. After This Is Gonna Hurt, I'll go and read Sapiens. After Sapiens, I think I might have added something to Kindle that I forgot about. So let's act like I forgot about it. Well, now it's just gonna be Dune.
Yeah. Okay, so it means that I really have to read the first part probably to be a discussion.
And I guess we're gonna redo this podcast.
Yeah, I'll just rename it to Dune Freaks.
We're gonna be better informed. It's like we have exchanged some opinions now, So now I'm hearing you, now you're hearing me, and then we're gonna take this knowledge and we're gonna keep it there, and then we're gonna see what's up later. Months later.
Yeah. Maybe we forget. And then we'll be surprised, both of us,
I don't think we will. Not about this one. There was religion, there are politics, historical events influencing books. This is gonna come up again.
There'll probably be a third movie, so it will also remind us.
That too.
I will have to alert people of spoilers for the first part in this podcast somehow.
Oh, yes, the first part.
But
my bad.
Luckily, all of our listeners already watched and read Dune, so
I'm glad. Thank you, Sergey.
Okay, last very quick thing that I really wanted to tell you about. So since I've been more motivated recently to get together and apply for some jobs, get ready and really get out there, blah, 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 I've cared more about my LinkedIn profile. I even tried to find you there, Mujer, and I failed. But there is someone named exactly like you living in Cairo teaching English. So watch out for this guy. But I just wanted to make a comment on how crazy different world LinkedIn is. Like there's the whole reality in which my friends that I had no idea they go on LinkedIn. It's their daily life. They are active daily. And it's like a platform for professional connections. It's so crazy, and it feels like it's created just to be judged. Like on Instagram or something, people sometimes at least pretend they don't want to be judged or something. Like here, it is just to pump up your value as an employee. And it's like so insane. I feel so weird there. I changed my profile picture. I asked ChatGPT to help me describe myself for a better description. And it did well. Like, I like my description now. I added projects. And Sergi told me to like add random connections just to get my network going and stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, what is this world? Like, it's such a strange, weird, absolutely necessary, maybe, world to be in.
I really like LinkedIn.
You really like LinkedIn? Why you don't have me befriended on LinkedIn, you traitor?
I mean, I'm not active on it. The last time I tried to use it was while looking for jobs in Egypt. For some reason, it does not seem to be a thing that people use here in the local market, at least. And so, like, for Egypt, definitely, I would like maybe that person you saw with my name working in Cairo, maybe it is me. But if there was a picture that looked like me,
there was a picture. It didn't look like you.
If it did not look like me, then, it's not me.
But I don't know if I put all your names. Like, you have so many parts of name that I might have skipped some middle one.
You just wrote Ra, and then like, okay.
Rahmat Mujer.
Yeah. No, I like it. Like, I would just be browsing here and there on LinkedIn, and I look at people's CVs, profiles, stories also, people's stories, articles, tips. It's really interesting. Like, it's very nice. I like it. It feels like a good kind of social media, not it's not scrolling for nothing. It's usually
Productive, you
it's
mean?
like, oh, like
Knowledgeable.
like I was curious about work in IT, and then I look at people who are active to see what kind of certificates they have, and then read about these certificates. And like, it's like, okay, what kind of jobs are available in this? So we just search for it in this place or the other. Like, you see things, it can give you an idea. It's pretty nice. Yeah.
There was one post that I saw 2 days ago. It was of a girl. Because in general, everyone says that animator sector is doing very poorly now, and it's like the dry season for it. And there was a post on LinkedIn of one of the girls. I don't know her, but she said that she's been so desperate and she cannot afford buying her insulin anymore. And she had enough, and she's been trying to get a job forever. And if anyone has anything, then please. Like, she's begging for help and everything because she has no idea what to do. It really shocked me. I didn't expect to see a post like this there because it felt too personal. Like, people just usually brag there or say corporate things. And it was so human among all of this. And I think that's really what it is. Like, it's trying to build a safety net, to build up your safety, trying to survive. Like, job is our little wars, no?
Yeah.
It's really to try to be faster in this rat race, I imagine. And the reality is that, I feel the same. Like, I mean, I don't like money, but what I feel is what she feels, like despair. Like, I'm there out of despair, not because I don't know, like I want to share my portfolio or something. I don't give a damn about my portfolio. Like, it's just like voluntary work that I put in hope that maybe it will get me somewhere. But that was a wake up. Yeah, I was like, la 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 la, new picture, this and that, and then like she really being desperate and like getting comments and everything. And like it's a cruel world. And LinkedIn is like a makeup for that a bit. No?
I hope she'll find something nice. It's all about jobs, professional development. I think it's a nice place to be.
All right.
Be inspiring a little bit. Well, you know what? I'll try to remember to check it out sometime.
All right, thanks. Connect with me when you remember.
Okay. I mean, maybe my profile is not active. I have no idea. The last time I logged in was like ages ago.
I mean, with that many names, it is very difficult to find you anywhere. There's always some other Abdulrahman there.
Yeah, maybe. But like...
For sure.
Okay, Mujer, it's 1:11 a.m. now.
With this lovely corporate talk, we finish this Dune Sandy episode.
Sandy sounds like my home. Maybe my future ex.
Lovely to catching up with you, especially after this much time. And talk to you next time from Poland, actually. From Mama Poland.
Same here, Mujer. Same here. All right, inshallah.
Have a good week, Mujer.
Right, see you, Mujerita.